Hey VC, it's Wednesday. Hey VC, what's going on? I have a specific topic I want to talk about this morning, and that's about making records, okay? Again, I get a fair amount of questions about repressing my records and stuff. So I thought I would go ahead and share what my experience is and what I'm up against. Since retiring from a job last year and cashing in what little bit of retirement I had, and believe me, it ain't nothing. I mean, some of you folks, if you saw what I'm living on, you would freak out because you wouldn't do it. You know, you would think that you're destitute. And I am, but see, I'm not focused on it. I don't have any money. I keep enough money. Since the BC, David, Sequoia Flame, and WordsDB loaned me enough money to make Dereck 3, I pledged to myself, because this is something I want, that since they gave me that money to get started with, I pledged to myself that I would always keep that money available to make another record. So consequently, at this point still, I only have enough money, other than the money I live on, to make the next record. So at this point, repressing something, I don't have the money because I'm looking at the next record I want to press. Dereck 3, there's interest in a repress. Here's the other point that I think I have to get across. When you do a repress of a record, I can't expect nearly the same amount of volume movement as the first time around. So in other words, in order to get a repress of Dereck 3, I have to get, at this point, I'd have to get anywhere from 300 to 500 made, 250 to 500 made more. A repress cost almost as much as the first. It's over $1,000. It's almost as much as the original. So the thing is, when you do a repress, you cannot count on selling the numbers, even though I don't count on the numbers in the first place. But say, like, I can't afford to get Dereck 3 repressed in order to sell 5 copies in the next 6 months. In order to stay afloat, I would need to sell almost all of them. I know I can't do that at this point. The same for Sonospheres and Sonospheres 2. Now, Sonospheres 2 is just getting started. Honestly, Sonospheres 2 is the best record I've made yet so far. In my honest opinion, Sonospheres 2 is the first record I've made that is fully ready to compete with the world market. I say that very confidently. People are starting to get their records. You tell me. I won't be surprised. All right, let me stop, okay? Because yeah, there's a certain amount of braggadocio here. I'll stop because people hate to see people brag. I'm proud, okay? But again, the thing is, since I don't have money to spare, I can't afford to press a record and sit on 100 copies that sells slowly over the next couple of years. I'll go under. So I just want people to understand that this really is a mom and pop, basically a pop operation. It's a one-man operation. I eat a lot of beans, people. I do. It ain't about the money. It's not about material wealth. I will say daily, continually, that I am gobsmacked that rich people and so-called leaders of the world are still so focused on material wealth and amassing riches to wave in other people's face. That this is the main discourse of human endeavor still. It kind of blows my mind, you know. Frankly, people look really small-minded and stupid and backward to me as a result, you know. We're still stuck on the gold. We're still stuck on stupid. All I want to do is make records. I ain't trying to get rich. Fuck money. So that's what that's the reality of making records for me, which is I have enough in my account now that I can start to think about the next record that I want to release. I would like to release 2 more vinyl releases this year, if at all possible. 2 more. I don't know exactly what they are yet. I'll decide, please, you know, if you want to give me suggestions, just understand that I decide, and a lot of times I don't really want the input, okay? I don't. I'll decide. What I'm playing is a track by Billy Hart called Lorca. It's on this compilation, Listen to Our Gramavision. I do have the album that it's on CD. But what brought this to mind was Dave Prague and Jazzman was telling me he's really been getting into a Billy Hart album lately. I didn't pull it. I have it over here. But this is another Billy Hart album that's really good. And this track, Lorca, it's from the album Oshimare on Gramavision. I do have it on CD, but I wanted to share that. Gramavision, another great label. Last night, what else is going on? Last night I listened to Takahisa Kosugi's Catch Wave. And last night was the most enjoyable listen I've had of it. It's a challenge. This is an early groundbreaking drone piece with droning synth and violin. So it's an excursion. It's not pleasant at first, but it's like it rewards you. Some of the deep listening music that I love, that's why it's not entertainment. You have to work with it, or you have to work to get something from it. I love music like that. I like cheap entertainment too, to a certain degree, but let's call a spade, you know what I'm saying? For example, Justin Bieber is cheap entertainment. That's just cheap entertainment, you know? One last comment. You know, Adrian Kenny, hey Eddie, if you happened to watch this yesterday, he posted on Facebook about how someone had bought or was selling Sgt. Pepper's with all 4 autographs. And he doesn't like the Beatles, and he was saying, you know, so much to pay for a crap record, and it started this big long discussion. And again, it's just mind-blowing, not mind-blowing, but to me, it's so interesting how people say that they understand that everyone has a right to their opinion, and everyone gets upset about opinions. I'm working on it consciously, you know what I'm saying? Because I see it. I see the folly. We don't think the same. This idea that there is a standard for good taste is bullshit. The idea that anyone has to validate their opinion, you don't have to validate your opinion. Now, the idea of there being valid criteria for evaluating art and music, I understand that. But when it comes to opinion, that goes out the window. Case in point, Kiss. I think they're wretched, but they're one of the biggest bands forever on this planet. You know, beats me why. But see, it's just my opinion. It's just my head. So yesterday when people were getting bent out of shape about Adrian not liking the Beatles, I just looked like, you children. And if you want to get mad at me for saying that, well, get mad. But it's like I see something that you don't, waiting for you to see it. Don't you understand that everyone thinks quite individually? The idea that somehow there's a standard that we must meet in order to be okay, that's unreal. as hard as it is to do, I'm working on it. Live and let live. Live and let live. Not everyone's going to like Sonospheres 2, but that doesn't mean it's a bad record, because I know it's not. I know it's a great record. But I also know that not everyone is going to dig it. Same for the Beatles, same for Kiss, same for everything.